So back here we have some displays. It's our four-way display that we put in a lot of our moto accounts. You can see we've done some stuff, and also we're working on some stuff to put in more of surf accounts, stuff like that.
Okay. And these are for point of sale too?
Yeah, these are actually just trade show.
Trade
show displays we have. And then back here we have actually a...
Oh, so you're actually producing right here.
Well, they do a lot of stuff back here, but what this is good for is we have a lot of our athletes come in who test our product. They may have an idea for a product or want some revisions to a product. We'll come in here, we have a pattern maker in-house. They come in, we suit them up, they get fitted, and then we actually can make what they want that very same day, custom to their size, and they're trying it out on the track, trying it out, you know, stand-up paddle the same day or the very next day. We get their feedback, and if you know that's something that the community wants, we can put that in the line.
How do you handle sizing then for, you know, the average customer out there?
Well, the average customer, I mean, obviously is a different fit than a professional athlete. Professional athletes are built pretty, you know, not the average guy. So a lot of our fits obviously aren't to their body, but it's normal fitting for everyday athletes.
Okay. So back here, they're doing all custom things, or they're actually producing?
Well, yeah, they're doing some other stuff, some other cutting stuff from other companies, but then also they are putting together some other stuff as well.
Okay.
So for the bioceramic, what we use it is, for myself, I race motocross, I train, cross-train, mountain bike, or stand-up paddle. You go out there, you do your activity. With the combination of the compression and the bioceramic, I wear this at night when I go to sleep. All night long I wake up and I don't have that normal muscle fatigue or muscle breakdown where I'm sore the next day. It pretty much alleviates it for myself. Now each person has different effects, but overall it really, for myself.
So you wear compression while you're riding too, or no?
Yes, I do, but when I'm doing my riding, I'll wear the Cool J because it works better for that activity because it's hot out. I want something to battle the heat. I'll wear Cool J. But for recovery, I use the bioceramic. So afterwards, I come home, I clean up, take a shower, I throw this on, go to bed, sleep with it. Just same thing. A lot of people use this type of material also for flying long distances. You know, because it's right there. It's fighting the elements of flying. You know, you're up there at 30,000 feet.
It's like those long socks that the old people wear.
Right.
Or so older people wear.
You're battling that. It battles that swelling because you're sitting for so long, but you also have a material here that's actually helping you with more circulation, cell recovery, battles the antioxidants, everything that can help your body. So for those long flights, for athletes that have to travel around the world, this is a great product.
Okay, so does that feel uncomfortably tight? Is that the kind of fit you want, or you want it just barely tight?
This is a more functional compression versus some of our competitors that have compression that you can't even stay in for over 2 hours.
Like you can barely get into some of them, kind of thing, you know.
And those are great.
Like my old jeans.
Those are great for the quick recovery. So, but this is a more functional. You can actually use this during your activity. We've had some of our athletes do comparison tests with the top tier compression brands out there, and what they've seen is they could last only 2 to 3 hours doing their normal exercise or event in the competitor stuff. Where
why though? Because it was uncomfortable?
It's so tight, they become so restricting that they can't move anymore.
Okay.
Versus this it has a lighter compression, meets the minimal compression index that is required for compression. And it allows you to do your activities longer, which we have guys that go out there for 6 hours. One of our guys, Jay Wild, he goes and paddles around the whole entire Lake Tahoe in a day. And to do that, he has to have something that's going to work.
So he uses compression during his exercise?
During all his events.
And he's probably trying to keep himself warm.
He does CrossFit training, he does the paddling, he has all that different cross training he has to do for his events. So I mean, just to go out there and battle those elements. He's in Tahoe where he has to battle heat, wind, even the cold. In the wintertime he goes out there and wears our Stay Warm and goes out on the lake, runs the Stay Warm, does his exercise, does his training, and he loves it. So it's a good product.
Just to be sure, you're wearing compression during your workout, but it's different. And then when you're going to sleep, then you wear the other one.
Yeah, because of it's the difference in the materials.
Oh.
So Cool J being made of the jade, having the jade particles in it, natural cooling element, battles the elements of heat. Then you have Stay Warm, made of the coffee charcoal, recycled coffee grains, that's made out of, acts as a heat trap. So that right there, it just battles the extreme cold. And then this being the bioceramic, made for recovery.
Would you ever wear bioceramic during your workout?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can definitely.
If you're trying to minimize the.
I mean, if you want to minimize cost, if you're thinking about cost and you just want to buy one set, well, if you're going to be working out more in the gyms or in kind of a neutral, I guess would you say weather, it's kind of not too hot or not too cold, this is the ideal product because you're working out and you're recovering at the same time. Mm-hmm. So you might get a little bit warmer, let's say if it's warm out, but you have that recovery tool right there working for you.
But if you're in the water, you're stand-up paddling, you're racing, you're surfing or so on, would it be this one or something else?
I would say I would go with the aquatic line.
Okay.
Personally, myself.
Which is a bioceramic.
Yeah, which is made of the bioceramic. So on the aquatic series, what makes this product different is we have this porous air preen. So you can see it up in light so the water can actually get through it. Mm-hmm. So, for wakeboarding, surfing, you get into that little extra water in your shorts, it's just going to flow right out. It's not going to get trapped. Stand-up paddle, same thing. When the guys are going out there and battling like the Battle of the Paddles where they got to go in and out of the waves, yeah. This is definitely a good product for that. So you have your normal compression. It's also made out of the bioceramic, which when you look at on all our garments, you can see the icons that break down exactly what the product is. From the bioceramic, our UV shield, quick dry, antimicrobial. You can see there's a 4-way stretch in this fabric, and everything's eco-friendly.
It's like the back of a computer box.
Exactly.
All those icons.
So basically, when you look at something on our long sleeve like right here, we wear our technology on our sleeve. So you can see exactly what you're getting.
So on this mannequin then, he's wearing aquatic.
This right here is our normal bioceramic.
Okay.
This is our aquatic. And how it breaks it apart is when you look at our energy series with our bioceramic,
okay.
It has the gold stitching. When you look at our aquatic line, it has more of this lighter blue here. And then when you look at this actual Stay Cool, you can see what is really, really light blue stitching, representing the coolness of the product. Okay. And then when you get into the Stay Warm series, right here with the red stitching. So the stitching kind of defines what each product is, to break it down what they are. And as you can see, they all come in the long sleeves, sleeveless. We have the long pants. We have the boot cuts, the shorts, all the women's wear. So we pretty much cover the whole gauntlet.
If you're gonna do compression for stand-up paddling, would you do a long pants compression or would you do this kind of cut-off type swim shorts?
What we've seen basically after we went out to the event this weekend at the Hobie Tennessee U.S. Champs, most of the competitors out there, men and women, are wearing the 3/4.
Okay.
That's what they're wearing out there. So that would be bad boys right here. And they wear them, and those they're wearing actually in the Cool Jade. So they were wearing the Cool Jades in these with the bioceramic form series here that we have our patented technology on.
Right here.
So you can take a look at this right here.
Our new bioceramic aquatic tops. So you can take a look at the back. What this does is it kind of pulls your shoulders back for better posture.
Okay.
And kind of opens you up.
Yeah, the whole idea behind it, by opening up pulling those shoulders back, expands your lungs, more circulation that way, more oxygen, more circulation, quicker recovery. And every time you work out, your body swells, you get tired, you start getting more tired near the end of your workout. Well, that's just going to battle that fatigue. So that way, when you're doing your paddling, keeps your body straight, keeps you going forward.
So would there be any benefit to wearing a full-length bottom if you're stand-up paddling for racing?
The benefit of that would just be to get the compression on the calves.
Okay.
Some people, and obviously it's probably...
I think it's a preference,
yeah,
personal preference.
Personal
There is a benefit. There's definitely a benefit by wearing the longer pant because pretty much you have that extra compression on your calves. So it all depends on how you are as an athlete. I've seen different stand-up guys doing different postures. You know, you have your typical guys running side by side, but I've also seen guys like this, you know, when they paddle. So that's more stress on the calves. So that person there might benefit more from having a long pant.
So with all things being equal, let's say, you know, if the pricing and so on was equal, you'd kind of get more bang for your buck wearing a long pants, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Okay, so it's kind of more style then, almost.
It comes down to it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the knowledge.
Style and personal comfort.
It's personal comfort, but also the people's education about the products. You know, it all depends. They might just look at it and go, "I want these because of how they look," but they just because they don't know the benefits that it provides to you. So that's why we have these POPs with all this information on it. So we put a lot of information on our POPs, letting everybody know the benefits of this product. So you can come in here and just see, oh, this is how it's going to work for me. You know, we have Dr. G, you know, known action sports chiropractic doctor, backs our bioceramic products because he's been putting it on all his athletes. He knows how well it works. So I mean, you have all that information to help educate you on what's going to be best for you.
Do you guys ever ice after your workouts?
Only when I get hurt.
But would you know how they go RICE, which is rest, ice, compression, elevation. Would this work for that, where you could put the compression under it and then put the ice over it, or what?
Yeah, I think so. And the thing with the
Cool Jade,
I've actually have guys that in motocross we race in some extreme heats out in the desert or in the at these tracks, and some of the guys are putting these in their coolers beforehand before going on the track, because you think about the jade, is an actual mineral. It's in the fabric. So what it's doing is it's attracting that coolness and it's holding on to that cool air. So that's where you can sit there, and if you put ice on this, even while you're wearing it, it's going to trap that in the fabric for a while and actually probably help with that recovery.
Okay. So if you're at night sleeping trying to recover, what's your best combination for that, for a stand-up paddler?
I would say just wearing the bioceramic. I mean, for themselves, they're going to have a bioceramic they've worn during the day, let's say, but it's going to be all salty or whatnot from their activity. So having that extra set of bioceramic, or if they're going to just come on and wash it, it's a real quick wash. It holds up really well.
And that would be long sleeve bioceramic, long sleeve top, long sleeve bottom?
Bottoms and tops, for sure. Because you think about everything, the motions that you're putting, when you do stand-up paddle, from my experience, you're putting your whole body through it. I mean, everything from, it feels like every muscle in your body, from down to your toes and your feet, So I'd say definitely the long sleeve and the long pant would be the most beneficial for the stand-up paddle athlete.
So you guys have tops and bottoms, no like socks or gloves or things like that then?
No, we're working on socks, and we're also working on gloves. But our focus right now are these garments, and we'll expand into those areas later.
And then how do we fit this to ourselves? How do we determine what size is the right fit?
That's why we have this sizing chart. That we got the breakdowns, and it tells you, from your chest size, waist size. That way you can get exactly the product that you need. And if it's not the right size.
Oh, so you can do it comes as a custom inseam too, or no? Like for your pants. Oh, okay. And then, so these are like underwear?
Yeah, we have boxer briefs, but then we have them also as your basic. These right here are a compression boxer brief. So the difference here is there's no hole versus having a boxer brief. Here, which is you actually have the hole to go to the bathroom. So
boxer brief, it's compression boxers?
Yeah, these are compression boxers.
To make you like more potent?
These are a little more lighter, casual. Everyday use, and it's good branding also for the company, which has a really soft. You can feel this waistband. This thing is. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
It's so comfortable. So if you wear boxer briefs, definitely these are something you ought to try because they are very comfortable. Once you try these and you go back to your old ones, you'll never wear those old ones again.
So the shirt that you're wearing though, that's not compression, huh?
This is not compression,
this
is just a tech tee.
Uh-huh.
So the tech tees are made of 50% cool jade and a 50% poly. So you still get some of the benefits of the cool jade. And it's just, you can see that the material, it's our soft material that we make. And it's just one of those comfortable tees.
Okay.
So it's definitely something I like them a lot. I mean, after wearing these, I don't like wearing my cotton shirts anymore.
Huh.
Another way to break our product down is by the stitching. So if it's a functional fit, the stitching comes across the top of your collarbone here. If it's compression, we've made our stitching come down the front.
Wow.
So that's one way you can tell the difference between the compression if you're just looking at them. Otherwise, you just look at the hang tags and you can breaks it down what it is. But for myself, I like working out in the gym. Let's say in this one in a short sleeve. It's loose, it's comfortable. I get on the treadmill, I run in it.
And that's the ceramic one too?
This is the cool jade.
Oh, cool jade, okay.
For myself, I like working out in the cool jade just because of the cooling effect of it. I like having that airflow coming through it, keeping me cool. For me, the activities I do, for the majority, cool jade works the best for me. And then for recovery, bioceramic, because I have both of them, so I just use them that way.
So for the heating one, would you use that sometimes in the surf then? Would it, would it maintain heat? Or?
The water was actually pretty warm the other day on Sunday, which I didn't realize was going to be that warm. I wore our Stay Warm, our Form series, out and I went surfing on it, and I loved it. First time ever. I usually, for myself, I'm usually a motocross guy, so I went out surfing because it was nice. And I wore that functional form, and I actually loved it. It was great. I think that Stay Warm works good in there.
Okay.
So I wore it under a wetsuit, so I didn't even need a wetsuit. I probably could have just went out there and used it similar to a rash guard, and have that extra benefit of having that Form series on the back. And definitely, it just helped with that posture. I just felt better when I was surfing. I surfed better than I have the longest time.
Okay, so for stand-up paddling people wanting to get started, what would you recommend them get initially?
I'd either get the 3/4 cut, the boot cut, in the Stay Cool series, or obviously like we talked about, the long pant. And then also this top and a long sleeve.
Yeah, so basically this right here, this
top.
bioceramic aquatic, you can either get it with the form or without. So that depends, that's your preference. So if you already...
Obviously a little bit more expensive.
It's more expensive, but if you already have great posture, you're very athletic, you may not even need this. But for the average person, this is what you'd want.
Yeah. In a lot of our testing, a lot of the guys wanted this. I mean, even the top stand-up paddle athletes wanted the form.
Okay, so if we're going to be in a race, what are we wearing in that race?
This is what you're wearing.
This top with either the long pant or the 3/4 cut pant.
Yes.
Okay. And then after the race is done, we are wearing what to recover at night?
We are wearing those ones with the gold, the Energy series right here.
Okay.
Basically this right here.
Okay.
Long sleeve.
You probably don't need the form.
With the long pant, but you won't need that form for the night recovery.
Okay. And then for surfing, on a stand-up, same? With the cool?
Yeah, with the surfing, you can either, I would go with the aquatic,
Okay.
the actual aquatic series. I mean, for just regular surfing, or even for stand-up, and you're in the surf, the aquatic would work great.
Okay. Anything else?
Check us out.
Check us out.
RSINTL.com.
Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter.